Good. A lot of communication. Everybody putting their heads together, trying to figure out what's the best approach going forward, how to get that done, and like it is every week in the NFL, it's about just trying to get to 1-0 this week. What's happened. What's in front of us is in front of us, but what we can do is just kind of be here right now and try to attack this week the best we can.
How are you feeling physically?
I feel pretty good. Yep, I feel good.
Are you a voice as a veteran, to any of the younger guys about mental mistakes?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's something that is huge in the game of football. You look around the league; those teams that are doing a great job, everybody being on the same page and communicating well. They're playing good football, and that's really one of the main things that's probably holding us back. I mean, when we do the right thing and we communicate the right way and we do all the things we're supposed to do, it looks pretty good at times. We just got to do that on a more consistent basis.
When Sean's talking about mental mistakes, do you notice a difference in practice that next week or anything he does differently?
From him, no. I mean, I think we're just doing everything we can as players. They do everything, do a great job of teaching us around here, and what we're expected to go do out there, it's on us as players to go out there and make that thing come to life, and that's what we try to do in these practices.
Is there player input on some of the practice? I think we talked last year when you guys started 7-1 about how much autonomy and empowerment players do have in presenting ideas, but when things are going with more adversity like this, when everyone wants it to get fixed, do you guys also have a voice or put it on yourself to have a voice?
Well, I think it's always been a collaborative effort, no matter what the record is or what the outside narrative is. We are always, understanding that everybody in this building has good ideas and ideas that can help us, and we continue to try to talk and communicate, collaborate, and come up with the thing that works.
What works for you when it is adversity like this? Do you like to go home and study more film? Do you like to get away from it? What works mentally and emotionally for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to trust the process that's gotten you here. Been playing this game a long time, have a lot of experience, both good and bad, in situations, and if you start grasping at straws and thinking this or that or this is going to make it better, a lot of times it's just continuing to do your process and do it as well as you possibly can. Trust that process, and then when you get out there on game day, go trust that as well. You can't be sitting there on game day going, "Oh, did I not put the work in? Did I do this? Did I do that?" You just trust what you know has always worked for you and continue to go out there and play free.
Curious, tonight, will you watch your buddy?
Oh yeah,
bench?
I'll be watching. I watched last night too, and I couldn't stay up for the whole thing because I had to get here too early. But glad they won. So.
We don't obviously see the whole practice, but in the time we did see you and Jeremiah were working together quite a bit. How's that rapport going, and do you expect him to be your guy this weekend?
It's been good. Obviously a bunch of game experience for him in the last 2 weeks. Continuing to get better as a young player, and as far as expecting him to be there, I think we're kind of in that flux mode, just trying to figure that one out as we speak.
You mentioned more.
Excuse me?
What stands out about Carolina?
Really playmakers at all three levels. 53 is doing a heck of a job. 7's been there a long time, been making plays since I was a young guy in Detroit, I feel like, and 2 corners that are really good players. So really 3, all are high picks and fast twitched up dudes. So a really impressive group. Obviously in probably a little bit of a transition, with what's gone on there in the last week to 10 days. So there's an element of that for us to try to, understand and get ready for. But you really just got to go out there and trust your rules and go play.
Matt,
At any point in your career dealt with this many injuries on the offensive line?
I probably have, yeah. Back in the day, yeah. I mean, I would think there have been some years where it's gotten, down the line as far as guys that you started the season with to different guys. But it's part of it. It's NFL football. There's injuries in a lot of places. Obviously, there's been some tough ones up front with some guys that are really talented players. But our guys are stepping in and learning on the fly and doing a great job of being tough and physical and all the things you need them to be.
Matthew, you were able to connect with Tutu Atwell in the last game.
Yeah.
What, in your experience as a veteran guy, with a young player like that, when he gets his first big play,
Yep.
what does that do for his confidence and for the team?
It was great. Great to throw the ball down the field and connect on one. Obviously, he did a nice job of running by a really solid corner and made a catch that was somewhat contested, towards the end. So it was good to see that from him. He's continuing to develop, like we've said. He's his role is expanding, and we got to continue to try to find ways to get, give him the football and give him chances and give him opportunities.
As you've been, like you mentioned earlier, you guys are kind of still working through what left guard and center will look like this week. We don't know what that means, obviously, yet for O'Day and Matt, but to the extent, that you've been working with them while they've been on the team, what have you seen from them and what have those interactions been like?
Been good. I think they're just trying to get up to speed as fast as they possibly can. I don't have a ton of reps under my belt with either one of them. Obviously, played with O'Day in Detroit, so I know what he's about a little bit. Just getting to know Matt. So, just trying to get those guys up to speed as fast as possible, and let those guys be able to play fast, free, communicate, do all those kind of things that they're going to need to do.
Sean was talking about how it's important for you guys not to allow the 6 hours of football that you've played to really get in anyone's head and dictate the future. Yeah. How much pride in a connection with like Tutu and last game? Like how much pride do you take in the small victories? Not trying to be corny or cliche or anything, but does that factor in at this point?
There's things to build on. Yeah, not enough, positive things in my opinion. I think we got to be, our standards got to be higher to have more positive plays, big plays, third down conversions, touchdowns, all those kind of things, put points on the board. But there are a few things that we can take from each game that are positives, but there's plenty of stuff to clean up that we can be a whole lot better at.
Matthew, the score point that it hasn't been happening in the fourth quarter. Is any reason why it's not occurring in the fourth quarter?
No, I can't put my finger on that for you right now. I don't think it's been happening in any quarter enough, to be honest with you. We got to do a better job of putting points up early, often, and that's what we're striving to do.